He didn't sign it though.
Guess he wasn't proud of his drawing.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
We are.
Okay. I want to talk about fear today. And most of the time, fear, people say like make it small, minimize it. And I don't like to do that. I like to make it huge because then when I accomplish overcoming it, I feel big and strong and I really did something. So I want to tell you about a time when I overcame fear and I felt really big and strong. This is where I grew up in the 70s. My environment was the beach and the swamp, pretty much Fort Lauderdale. Wasn't a big city and I was just a little country girl. When I was 21 and there's a connection to Chicago, I moved to Chicago. And I was excited because I wanted to see what it was like to live in the city, and I never saw snow before. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale. I didn't even have a jacket. So I moved there, and I got settled in, and things started happening, and this is so weird. The first thing that happened was this guy. This is the first thing I remember. I'm parked at a red light, and this guy walks in front of my car, and he gets right in front of me, and he like looks in the window, and he spits on the hood of my car, and I said, "What? Can you believe that? Have you ever seen anything? I mean, I've never seen anything like that." So I tried to forget about it. The next thing that happened was it started snowing finally. I was waiting for winter snow, and I ran outside, and I built like the biggest snowman I could build, and I'm the only one out there because nobody else wants to go out in the snow. It was new to me. So I built this big giant snowman. I run inside to get my camera. I want to take a picture. I come out, my snowman is down. And I'm like, what? Who knocked my snowman down? I'm looking around, who's watching me? So I started feeling creepy about my neighborhood where I lived. The last thing I remember before I kind of went over the edge was something sort of like this. I'm driving down the street and all of a sudden, kids start walking out into the street, across Main Street. There's traffic, and they're walking out, and they're across, and they're just all standing there, looking at everybody, stopping traffic. It was crazy. So finally the cops came and the kids went away and I thought everything was okay and I tried to forget about it. Then I started changing. First I was like this. I was scared to go outside and I was literally doing this. I would run and I wouldn't go out at night. Pretty soon I didn't go out at all. And I was like this lady and I was up all night long. I'm looking out the windows, I can't sleep, I'm completely paranoid. So what I wanted to do was go home. But I couldn't. I had to stay there. So I stayed, and I stayed for 8 years, and I learned a couple of things. First, eventually, nothing really big happened, nothing really changed, but it wore off, and I got used to it, and then pretty soon I'm taking the L downtown, and I'm going to all the museums, and they have the world's second largest library in the world there, so I can't miss that, because I love libraries. So I stayed, and eventually I grew to love the city, but I realized I hate snow, so I moved away. But I never got scared like that again, ever, because I kind of pushed through it. So my message to you guys is, don't let fear hold you back. Just push through and you'll be okay.